Okay, let's wrap up this very simple course. What did you learn? Well, you learned to define some elements inside of a window. You learned to access those properties from the XAML. You also learned how to style those elements. You learned that if you don't define a key for these styles, that style is set to every element inside of that window. In case you define a style, you needed to specify the style inside of those elements. You also learned how to access those elements and change their properties from the code behind. But you also learned something very interesting and how not to use those elements or not to need the code behind. You learn to bind data binding. So it is very interesting how you created a class and you bound that class to the elements in the user interface. Even more interesting is the collection that you bound to the user interface to create a list of elements that are actually created not in runtime but in design time as well, and shown before you have to run the application. This is more helpful for designers than for developers, but it's very important to think about everyone in the team. You learn to create your own user controls. So you can use them just as you used a button or a text block or a text box or a stack panel. You learn to access or create properties for those user controls. You learned that if you wanted to bind data to a user control, you needed a dependency property. So you learn to use a dependency property and change the value from it. Finally, you learn to create animations from Blend for Visual Studio. So you learned basically everything you need to know to start creating your own Windows Presentation Foundation application. So even though there are a lot of things about Windows Presentation Foundation that you haven't learned yet, I am sure that you right now know everything you need to know to start a successful application for your clients, for yourself, to be broadcasted to a lot of people. I am sure you even know a lot of things that can be applied to mobile applications, such as Windows or Windows Phone applications. I hope you enjoyed this course. Until next time.